Hello, St. Paul's. Pastor Matt here to give an introduction for our upcoming series, Questions of the Faith. We will look at 4 different questions, and once a year I hope to do this sort of thing, just to answer any questions that you may have about the faith. And obviously, I'm always available for you personally to answer questions of the faith. It's one of the reasons why I'm here as your pastor, but we want to focus in for 4 weeks here in November as we head up towards our Advent season. We want to answer what questions you might have, and so I've gathered these through various forums. I've been asking questions of you periodically, our children, and even before we had COVID, some of you wrote questions down on cards, or I've texted people just what questions do you have about the faith. And so we want to answer from November 1st, this Sunday, November 1st through November 22nd. We want to answer some of these questions. And so the first question we'll answer is, what about the saints? It'll be on All Saints Day. It kind of fits. What are these saints? What are they all about? And so we want to answer some of those questions about the saints. Looking forward to giving that sermon coming up. And then on November 8th, we'll look at what is the church. There's a lot of questions I think people have around the church. Maybe there's questions about the church you've never even asked that I hope to answer that week, and just kind of give us a foundation for what the church is, what God's called us to be as His church. And then we'll finish up with a couple, the first 2 are more theological, kind of foundational pieces, sainthood and church. And the last 2 are more existential, if you will, theoretical, but grounded in theology. They're talked about in the Bible and the Scripture. And so on November 15th, we will talk about how will the world end, or eschatology, as it's known. And then the final week, we will talk about the classic question that I'm sure we've all asked is, why is there evil in the world? Or why do bad things happen to good people, and that sort of thing. I will give my attempt in around 10 or 15 minutes. And I'll also, for each of these, as I've done the last month or so, I'll do an extended discussion time around our passage for the week. And in this case, our question for the week in podcast form and audio form. You're welcome to listen to that at any time. I'll provide a link to that, and it's always on our Facebook wall, but I'll provide a link for that in an email that will go out. And so I hope that you'll join us for this series, either online or in person. I want to make note that on November 1st, this Sunday, will be our last outdoor service, and then on November 8th, we will move indoors in our sanctuary, where we'll continue to wear masks, and we'll be socially distanced inside, and we'll be in our sanctuary. We'll get to stare at the windows again for the time being. And thank you again for adjusting to all the different changes that we've had to embark on during this COVID pandemic, and we look forward to answering your questions. Go in grace and peace this day.